Hey, True Believers, Englentine here with another batch of new comic book reviews where I do at least one Marvel, one DC, one independent comic book. This time around, we have Batman, Detective Comics from DC, Year Zero, Volume 2 from the Independents. And we really have to talk about Daredevil number 25. It's kind of funny when it comes to Daredevil 25, I actually... I went to the comic shop. I was a little bit late, but by the time I had gotten to it, I found out exactly why Daredevil was hitting with these speculators. I'm like, wait a second, what? Because Elektra becomes Daredevil. So what? Seriously, so effing what? We've seen it happen before where someone else has put on the costume. Now, maybe they figure this is going to be kind of a Jane Foster-like thing where it lasts for a while and it'll show up in the movies, Elektra as Daredevil. Now, I wouldn't put it past them because why not? You know, they're changing everything. Now, ultimately, this is a girl giving up her identity to impress her boyfriend who's in prison. Yeah, that's a message you want to send to little girls all over the place. Let's make him that. Forget about the fact that Elektra is a strong female character on her own. No, we've got to strip her of her identity to give her the identity of her boyfriend. Like she couldn't protect Hell's Kitchen as Elektra. Like she's fooling anybody by dressing as Daredevil. It's a ridiculously stupid thing to do that Marvel seems to... This is their mistake they continuously make. Over and over and over again. Now, that being said, let's go on to the issue and how is the issue itself. You know, you got some flashbacks. You got some, oh my gosh, Matt, the hand is coming back. We found out that she bought Hell's Kitchen, so and did exactly what she wanted to do, what Daredevil wanted Tony to do, which you saw coming. As soon as she said that she stole like $1 billion or something like that from whoever it was. I forgot who. I think it might have been Kingpin. Anyway. I don't know who. I forget who it was. Point being, she stole a couple of $1 billion and she used it to buy the city. You kind of saw it coming that she would do that. So all throughout this, basically everybody who talks to Matt Murdock is calling him a dumbass and a fool for letting himself go to prison. I think that the warden and everybody else is a fool for letting him wear the mask, which led to a whole bunch of questions. Is he actually wearing the mask at all times? What about when he sleeps? People are going to go, oh, hey, you're a redheaded tall guy that I have no idea who you actually are. But it's ridiculous. You're not going to, for 2 years, he's going to wear that mask straight. I don't buy it. Oh, let me wash my hair, except I'm wearing the mask. No, I just don't buy it. I truly don't buy it. It just seems ridiculous. Okay, so she does meet up with a homeless person who does a little poetry for her. And she gives her a $5,000 necklace and say, keep it on your shirt there because everybody here will kill you for this amount of money. And you actually see people looking down on her. And then, of course, we get to the end where we see a robbery happening and then kaboom, there's Elektra as Daredevil. And in all honesty, doesn't look bad as far as a costume, except for that long flowing sash that's going to get in her way and she's going to trip up every time she tries to fight. Not to mention the long scarf that's around her neck that can become a weapon and an easy strangling tool. Beyond that, it looks exactly like something that you would want to go into battle with, so it's absolutely cool. I'm obviously being facetious. Look, the story is there. It's ridiculous that any city would allow somebody to stand trial, much less go to jail wearing a mask because you can't prove that who's who. I don't know. Maybe it's true. Maybe Daredevil is losing its luster. For me, it's just there. Yeah, I know Year Zero, Volume 2, Issue number 1 here. I know I'm a little bit behind. And I'm way behind on my books, so I am reading them a little bit late. So what would I say about this one? As my wife goes, it's all right. That's what she says all the time when it's like, yeah, I liked it. It was there. Or as I would sometimes say, well, it's a comic book. Yeah, this is the equivalent of when your child brings home a test paper and you're like, oh, I see, honey. Well, I'm just going to hang this right here on the fridge. Good job. That's this. Let's hang up this volume on the fridge. Now, here's a weird thing, though. Now, with the first issue, or the first volume, I actually said that damn near about every issue, yet I still bought it. I was entertained enough to keep going through. And part of that is because they had interesting stories and interesting characters to follow through. Here, I'm not a big fan of the drug dealer. Sorry, but I don't know if I want to follow around a drug dealer who thinks, gee, these people are too weak to survive the zombie apocalypse. Why don't I bomb them? And then you have this young lady here who is who thinks she may be pregnant in the zombie apocalypse. Okay, yeah, we've seen it play out in other movies, but at least it's an interesting thing. At least something's going on. Of course, right here she's dealing with morning sickness. It might just be the runs, but we never know. And there are some characters that are pretty cool. This is my favorite, the one that happens in Rwanda. One of the things I like about this is because they're saying, wow, Rwanda was a crap hole before the zombie apocalypse. Guess what? After the apocalypse, it's a crap hole. What's the difference? We're still fighting for survival all the damn time. So I kind of liked that take on it. That's a story I'll follow through with. The fisherman, this is a good story. It's not a horrible batch of characters to follow through with, but they're not exactly as interesting as the others, and that's the biggest problem with the way they're telling this story. They're jumping from different character to different character. Once again, you're not getting enough of Eddie Wood's story to actually make a full story. It's just like you're getting I don't know, just glimpses rather than getting to know the characters, getting to follow through with them where you're actually caring what they're doing or what's happening to them. So I don't know, it could be done better, could be done worse. This one, I wish I had more to say about it, because I just realized that if I don't, then I'm gonna have to cut off a lot of, like, almost about 2 minutes off of this video, and that'll put me under the 10-minute mark. So how you doing? Sorry, gang. I know I should be talking about the comic book, but in all honesty, that's all I gotta say. It's all right. It's there. Obviously, you're looking at the art. It's not bad, but the story itself, beyond the guy in Rwanda, I gotta tell you, they're all at best okay. I can't recommend a book that's merely okay. That's merely met. I like Daredevil a lot better. The more I think about the Daredevil story, I mean, aside from the whole Elektra thing, it's actually not bad. It's not the best of the week, but it's not bad. This is definitely the worst, though. But in the end, I wish the entire book was about this guy from Rwanda. Detective Comics 1031. It's a fun book. I've been enjoying this. I mean, I liked Legends way back in the 1980s, so why wouldn't I like this, right? I mean, it's exactly the same story. Gosh darn it. I wish I could just be positive about the comic books I've got here for you right now, gang. And I this is the most positive I'm going to be, as a matter of fact. So there's a character here called the Mirror. Yeah, it's called the Mirror, and he's wearing a jacket, and his face is covered. What do we think? What do we think, guys? Who could it really be? Because they're actually asking themselves, who is this? Is this somebody new, or is it an old player in a different set of clothes? Hey, guess what? Who dresses in an overcoat and a face mask like that, who would call himself Batman's Mirror? Although that's popping up over in Batman too, isn't it? An old friend who has all the same skills. I don't know. Maybe they are running out of ideas at DC. It sure seems that way. Anyway, the whole thing here is it's just like Legends. They've kind of brewed up a bad sentiment towards costume crime fighters, in this case the Bat family. Not so much the villains, which I think really does kind of speak to the modern day comic book writer. They want to write the heroes as villains. They want to, we're going to deconstruct this hero and find out that really he's a broken person who's doing more harm to Gotham than anybody else. Batman doesn't know how to take care of Gotham City because he never gives to charity, he only beats people up. And we need Batgirl to yell at him, bull crap like that anyway. And you kind of get that here, but like I said, this is Legends, where you had Godfrey from the from Apocalypse doing the same thing, sowing the seed of dissent towards the heroes and everything. Well, I don't know. It's a good story. I've been having fun with it. It's just I've read it before. Maybe that's it. Maybe I've just read too many comic books. Everything's coming full circle. I could go, oh, well, this is just this story being retold. That's this story being retold. Here's a thing also. There's something called a dummy plot. I heard this from Roger Ebert, and it goes like this. In order for this plot to work, the hero has to be a real dummy. So in the previous issue, they all met up on a roof and found out because they had this, they had a distress signal of sorts, and they realized that it was an ambush. So here you have two factions, one pro-costume, one anti-costume meeting up, and the Bat family jumps in, and guess what? It's an ambush. Yeah, this whole thing revolves around Batman and the Batman family being so stupid they cannot forget they can't remember the events from the night previous. To them, it's the night previous. For us, it was 2 weeks ago. And hey, guess what? I remembered the story 2 weeks ago. They can't remember the story from the other night. Once again, it's a fun book. If you're new to comics, I think you'll have a lot more fun with it than I did. I thought it was okay. I've just seen it before. All right, so we're going to do a little recap. And like usual, I start with best and I end with a worst. And the best, I've got to go with Detective Comics. Now, mind you, there are no real losers. There are no real winners. There's just a degree of mediocrity in these three comic books. But I thought that Detective actually pulled out a little bit stronger than Daredevil here, mainly because not a lot happened in Daredevil that interested me, really. It was just a bunch of ridiculousness, and I'm waiting for Daredevil to return to its greatness, and I know it can. I know Chip Zdarsky has it. Year Zero, though, I'm going to continue to get it. Hopefully it'll pick up, but as it stands, except for the guy from Rwanda, I'm really not looking forward to reading any of the other stories. But those are my opinions. What are yours? Let us know in the comments below. Comment. Please do that. Tell me what you think about the new Daredevil Elektra crossbreed. Let me also ask you, please click like, share, subscribe, ring the notification bell. If you don't mind helping out the channel, because this is the way I'm trying to make a living, please go on over to Patreon or Ko-Fi. Drop $1 in the till. Helps keep making videos for you. Thank everybody who's already done that. And to everyone, all of the true believers, thank you very, very much for watching.